Hello, this screencast is going to show you how to do two types of editing to a picture you may be using inside one of the Google apps like Google Slides. All right, so right now you're looking at a slide that I'm making about Five Guys, one of my favorite restaurants. And I want to show you two types of editing. One is called cropping and one is called masking. So what do those fancy words mean? Well, let me show you a slide with these same pictures that I've done some cropping and masking. So check this one out. So hopefully you see some differences. They just look a little more exciting. It's a way to add some excitement to your slide, a little more interesting for your audience. So what is cropping and what is masking? Let's talk about that. Let me go back to my first slide and let's do some work on these. So first we're going to talk about cropping. And all that is just cutting out the part of the picture that you do not want. So let's work on this picture here that I'm scrolling over with this wonderful drink and a nice healthy cheeseburger. Not sure how healthy it is, but it sure does look good. So first I need to select the image. So I'm going to tap once on my mouse pad. Now there's two ways to get to the cropping tool. All right, I can select it, two-finger touch on my mouse pad. And if I scroll down a little bit, there it is, crop image. Or I can select the image and just tap two times on my mouse pad. I'm not even clicking, just tap, tap. And you can see these black grab bars. When I put my cursor on top of it, click and hold on my mouse pad and drag over. You see that line? If I drop it there, it's showing what parts I'm cutting out. They're kind of like faded a little bit, but it's going to keep the picture that looks normal. I'm going to grab a corner grab line. Click and hold and drag. There. All right, that looks pretty good. Now if I just tap off the picture, haha, there it is. Now maybe you're like, oh no, I didn't want to do that. Well, just double tap on the picture again, and there's the whole picture, and you can always make some changes. All right, so now I have cropped that picture. Now what about masking? And all masking is adding a fancy border to your picture, and it also makes it a fancy shape. It's kind of like putting it into a picture frame. In fact, that's the way I'm going to think about it. Let's put this picture into a picture frame. Let's mask it. All right, so how do you do that? Well, I'm going to go up to this arrow here. It's right next to the crop image button. That's another way to do it. And I'm going to click this down arrow. Look, it even says mask image in case I forget. So click. And now it has all these different shapes and designs that I can use to change the shape of the picture. So I'm going to go to a circle again. I'm going to click on circle. Haha, now look what happened to my picture. It is a circle. Now I can still make this bigger or smaller, okay, by grabbing the grab boxes and dragging them. Now I want to add something fancy to this, like a fancy border. So I'm going to go to the border weight button, click on it, and I'm going to make it much larger, maybe 8 point. I'm going to click off it, take a peek. And you can kind of see it's a little grayish outline, but I want a different color. So I'm going to select the picture again, go to border color, and this time I'm going to pick a different color, red, just so it stands out. Haha, there we go. So now I have a picture that's a little more exciting than it was at the beginning, which was a slide that looks like this. There's the difference. Let's go back to what I did right now. And eventually you can see I did it to the Five Guys sign as well. I decided to use the arrow because you can use all types of shapes to make it more creative and fun for your audience to look at. All right, that's it. Go have some fun. And remember, if you forget how to do it, come back and watch this screencast anytime. You don't have to watch all of it. You can even pause it and then go try it out and come back and watch some more of the video. All right, go have some fun.